Hi everybody, welcome to another session of Come Learn With Me. My name is Batel. Today's article, Cardboard Box Demand Plunging at Rates Unseen Since the Great Recession. Let's get started. Demand and output for cardboard boxes and other packaging material fell sharply in the fourth quarter of 2022, according to the data released by the American Forest and Paper Association and Fiber Box Association on Friday. It's the latest indicator that consumer demand is eroding following the pandemic. Dwindling savings, inflation, rising interest rates, and fear of a recession may all be swaying consumers to spend less. Such pressure would show up in the humble box industry, which serves as an excellent barometer for the large economy. Particularly, everything we consume and use spends some time in a box, ranging from online orders to food sent to grocery stores. US box shipment fell by 8.4% in the fourth quarter, according to the Fiber Box Association. KeyBank's Adam Josephson, who led the bank's analyst of the packaging industry, wrote in a Sunday note that this was the most severe quarterly decline since the Great Financial Crisis. Here's a graph to describe that. US box operating rates fell at 80.9%, the Fiber Box Association says, which was also a low last seen in the first quarter of 2009. This means nearly 20% of the US capacity to produce boxes was stagnated last quarter. Supply of containerboard, which is used to make corrugated boxes, stood at 4.3 weeks, according to the American Forest and Paper Association. That's down from last quarter, but still historically high. Here's another graph to describe that. The American Forest and Paper Association reported that another type of packaging material called boxboard had its lowest operating rate in its 5-year record during 2022's final quarter. Boxboard is typically thinner than cardboard and lacks air pockets. Box bloodbath cardboard crisis. Box demand normally sees modest uptick in 1% to 2% each year, but government stimuluses and the shift from service to goods demand through 2020 and 2021 shocked box demand into some of its fastest growth in history. Prices rose as much as 55% through this time, Josephson says. A hangover after a years-long cardboard carnival would be in order, and this one looks nasty. To Josephson, the end of 2022 in the packaging world had echoes of the great financial crisis everywhere one looks, he wrote in the Saturday note. What's more significant capacity, that is, more facilities that produce packaging materials, is set to enter the market through the next several years. It's tricky time for more packaging production to open up, giving the shaky outlook for demand and falling consumer spending. Here's a graph. Inflationary pressure on the consumers have also added to the problem by reducing the consumers' discretionary spending capabilities, said Thomas Hasworth, Executive Vice President of the Corrugated Products at Packaging Corporation of America, in a Thursday call to investors. In addition, consumer behavior changed very quickly as we exited the extreme COVID period, resulting in more of a preference towards traveling, entertainment, and experience versus that of tangible goods, Hasworth said. Containerboard and box demand continued to be negatively impacted from the deterioration in US and global economy in the global economic conditions, rising interest rates, and cooler housing markets. However, Packaging Corporation of America executives maintained that demand in 2023 still appeared healthy compared to the pre-COVID times. On the Thursday call, they forecasted shipment to be 6% higher in the first quarter of 2023 compared to the same period in 2019 on a per-day basis. What goes up must come down and down. Many of the industries that saw wild demand during the pandemic are now crashing, like container shipment, used cars, and home buildings. A downturn after a wild upswing isn't particularly shocking. What's troublesome is that executives grew and made plans to grow in response to this unpredictable demand. An increase in supply will further drive down already plummeting prices. In the cardboard world, for example, more than 2 million tons per year of additional container board output is coming to the North American market. Ocean carriers expect to add a record breaking number of new container ships through the next 2 years. And nearly 60 real estate firms, most of which expand payroll during the pandemic, have already had a layoff more than 13,000 workers through 2022 and 2023, according to the Insider. This is not all doom and gloom. Outbound requests for a truckload service were slightly up in the late January 2023 compared to the same period in 2019 and 2020. That's a chipper indicator for goods demand. The Fed's offensive on inflation had appeared to slow the rate of price increase without halting an unusual strong job market. Payrolls across the US remained historically strong with an unemployment rate of just 3.5%. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this article, please like and subscribe and check out our links below to see how our business can help yours. We hope you have a good day.